He's located in Davidson, North Carolina, while serving all of North and South Carolina. He is the Mortgage Planner, the Carolina's #1 mortgage radio. Premium lending experience along with mortgage planning. Ranked top in the nation, here is your host, Brad Roche.
Welcome to The Plan. This is Brad Roche, the Mortgage Planner. 704-412-2727 is our direct dial, or go to fortheplan.com. That is the number 4theplan.com. Welcome and good morning, Jacob. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well.
We're off and running.
Yes, sir.
It's exciting, the mortgage business, you know?
Yeah, great day. What a time to be alive.
Interest rates are booming, and, I'm kidding. We're welcome to the show. First-time visitors, thanks for tuning in. If you're coming back, thank you so much. We've had a lot of feedback on the show. Appreciate you listening, checking us out. If you haven't been on the show, we got to bring you up to speed and give you a few things. We just had our Lake Norman Networking Investor event.
Again, yep. And it was another success.
Second one.
It was great.
First one was great. Second one was great.
Yeah, this time they brought what was it? Christmas in July.
That was weird.
That was different.
Remember we talked about that the other show. It did turn out fun. We had plenty of decorations. Go to fortheplan.com. If you would like to come to our next one, we have that coming up here pretty soon. October 24th, 6 p.m. That's going to be a little nicer. You know why?
Yep.
Not so nasty, humid outside.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and if you register, plan on being there on time. Come in, get the full networking event. You know, we had a lot of vendors.
Yep.
A lot of cash buyers. Doesn't help our business, but
yeah, that's true. But a lot of good vendors that came through that we helped. I mean, there was one guy I met, self-directed IRAs. He does.
Yeah. Just some good education on that, right? Even if you're just chit-chatting and going through that with them at the event, it's worth your time.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know about Roth IRA, the self-directed IRA.
Yeah, and just hearing from him, I have never met somebody that's their job.
I haven't either. I told him that. I said, man, I've been referring people to Ohio. I have. That's where I did mine.
He's local, and he's in North Carolina. He said he's based out of, or his company's based out of Florida, so definitely a good connection there.
So that self-directed IRA is going to allow you to take that money and use it towards real estate. You can do a lot of different things on it. We haven't really done a show on that. I'm versed in it, right? But not to the point of let me run you all the way through beginning to end. I could give you the oversight of it.
Yeah. I have it. I was going to schedule a meeting with him, just get more info on it. He
Maybe
said that
he'd be a good guest to bring on and have him chit-chat about just the dynamics of how it works, because it has some weird rules to it. Like you can't do, like I couldn't give money to you out of that. So let's walk you through maybe the beginning stages of this IRA, how it would work for real estate. Basically, if let's say you had a 401k that you had from your old employer, that's a great opportunity to roll into this IRA.
Yeah,
that would be a good way to do it. So like if you quit a job or transfer to another job, that 401k closes, you start a new one at the new employer. Well, that old one turns into an IRA, retirement. You still get it when you retire, but you could then take that money, put it in this vehicle we're talking about, self-directed IRA, and be able to use that money as you need to for down payment, rehab on the property. You can give car loans. I always use that as a reference because I thought that was kind of weird that they said you can do that. So it's not just real estate.
So I guess what is the purpose?
Well, you can use those dollars, avoid the taxes. So give you an example. If I had that 401k now and I said, I'm going to cash that out and go buy something. And you cash it out and you go buy something, you're going to pay taxes on it.
That's a heavy tax penalty.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah. Depending on where your tax bracket's at, 30 to 50%, it can be a big hit. And if you don't, what the other people will use this. I'll give you an example. 1031 exchange. You've heard that way more often. This is a different vehicle to get there, and I think sometimes makes a lot more sense than a 1031 with a lot less restrictions on how quick you have to buy and things like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great show. Maybe we should write that down.
We're already having a great show. 704-412-2727 is the direct dial. Go to fortheplan.com. We're talking Lake Norman Networking event that is now open for registration at fortheplan.com. Go to October 24th. You will see a handsome picture of a gentleman on the website looking mean at you. Come in. We'll welcome you. It's me, by the way. My picture on there. Now, let's talk summer series.
Yeah, the summer series. If you haven't signed up for that, that's been going on this summer.
It's free.
Yeah, showing everything that's cool, what to do. We'd even do a Lowe's gift card.
Yeah, that's one. Well, there's a few.
Giveaway.
Let's talk about the goodies you get before we talk about just the money you get, right? So the first couple of things you're going to get is a cool ebook. You just register. This is at fortheplan.com as well. You get an ebook. Ooh.
Yeah.
Exciting, right? You can flip through. You can flip through it on the screen. But the ebook goes over a lot of cool stuff on home improvements, cheap stuff to get a good return on the house.
Yeah, Backyard Oasis, turning your extra room, spare room into a movie theater. That's pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the Blackstone grill deal.
Yeah,
the
me
recipes that we got coming out for that.
Yeah,
pretty hot.
Yeah, one of those are my favorite.
What do you cook on your Blackstone? If you don't have a Blackstone, man, hey, now this is like the new egg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Like this is having the sushi chef, right? The all you can eat. What do you call
Sure
it?
is, the hibachi chef.
Yeah, right at your house, man, and you can do it. So what's your favorite you cook?
I'd have to say either the hibachi or I make some good breakfast burritos on it.
Okay, that sounds.
What about
good.
you?
Well,
no, you got one.
I'm gonna tell you the two fun ones I want to do. Well, I have done one. The other one I haven't done. First one is nachos.
Oh, that'd be cool. That's a good idea.
No, it's cool because this is like, what is that? 2 by 3 feet?
Yeah.
So you throw all the nachos all over.
Wow, what a great idea.
No tray. And then you just sit and keep going back. Man, I made that just for myself and Angela.
Wow.
No, it's way too much. That's a big thing.
Leftovers for days.
Oh, no, you don't eat. Who eats leftover
I was
nachos
gonna
either?
say.
Well, anyway, okay, we're rambling. But see, that's what Summer Series is about. Log on, get your free ebook. Now, when you do that, you also get some cool stuff. Go ahead, gift card.
Yeah, there you go. Lowe's giveaway. Gift card.
We got gift cards going out too.
How much is it?
Yeah, it's $250. We're doing it a couple times. Now, here's what's funny. I don't have a Blackstone grill. If that's you listening, go log on and maybe you'll get a gift card. Go get you one.
Yeah, get one for free, really. I mean, we'll pay for it.
Yeah, right.
That's really what
we
it
will not put it together. Disclaimer on that. We got 2 new desks at the office, and boy, I don't even like watching that.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So Summer Series, get into it, check it out. There's lots of cool stuff. Now here's what you might not be thinking of, another incentive. So maybe you'll get the gift cards that are coming out for Lowe's. You go get your own Blackstone. You make your nacho. Oh, I didn't tell you number 2. Number 2, I like nachos, right? And second one. Now I haven't done this. Popcorn.
Oh.
You put oil all over the whole thing.
Huh.
And then you put the popcorn and then just let it go.
Have you seen this done before?
I think it's on like TikTok or something, but you let it go.
Seems like
no lid. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
Seems like it could be a mess.
Yeah, look it up. TikTok, do whatever you do and check it out. So that's what Summer Series is fun. See, it's not always just financing and stuff. Now, we are leaving out one part of Summer Series I don't want to leave out. Many people have talked about when rates do whatever, get lower, get better, improve, right?
We've seen some relief.
We have seen some, been good news that has been coming up, but we also are giving discounts in the drawings for closing costs. So if it's not your time, maybe it's coming up soon to be your time to refinance, cash out, debt consolidations. Maybe you're thinking of changing it to a rental. It's the time. So we could book you some closing cost discounts when the time comes right. Now, here's another feature I'll give you. You can also give this to a friend or family member if you're not buying right now. So if you want to get in the drawing, get a free ebook, maybe you register and get a free gift card, and maybe you get some closing costs to give away. You could give our closing costs at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
704-412-2727. But go to fortheplan.com. We got lots of stuff to enter in, get involved with the team, have some fun stuff going on, and not to leave you hanging. Rates are too high. Listen, we've got that slide into your summer slide right now, 1% lower. 704-412-2727. Get a 1% lower rate the first year. Put you at about 5.875 right now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, great deal.
Thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to The Plan. 704-412-2727. Jacob Roche, Brad Roche, the Mortgage Planners. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. This is Jacob Roche with The Plan. Brad Roche, the Mortgage Planner. 704-412-2727, the direct dial, or fortheplan.com. We were talking about sliding to summer 1.0 buy down. It's a great deal that we got right now.
You
Average
can
rate.
slide too. You don't have to slide. You could walk.
Yeah.
Get however you want.
Hey, we tried to make it a little. We tried to incorporate the summer in.
We are. We're all summered up, man.
We're around 6.875 right now on average for conventional. So
30-year fixed.
Yep. And then meaning 1.0 buy down. First year rate is at 5.875. You can't find that too many places.
No,
Lender paid.
Good deal.
Yeah,
and
great deal.
We're teeing you up for the refinance. You know, they're expected to drop the rates twice this year is the last prediction, 2 times. So And hopefully they don't kick that can down the road. We see a little bit better on the interest rates.
Yeah, and FHA, I mean, even FHA, 1% lower on that. We're at 6.375 on that, 5.375 for your first year.
So if you are interested in buying a house, thought about it, heard, hey, maybe I should wait until rates go down, and you're watching the market, to call, get a interview on this and an application, maybe just a consultation where you can get some numbers on all the, I don't like the word creative finance. It makes it sound like we're doing something crazy, but it is. But they've gotten, as rates moved up, they've gotten creative on the programs.
Yeah, you're right. And we definitely have options. You're saying, oh, I got to wait until rates come back down to the 5s. We can get you there.
Without a lot of risk.
Even to the 4s. We have a 2-1 buy down.
Right.
There's negotiation that takes place there, but we definitely have options for you to get down on the interest rate.
But that's risky. It's not. It's fixed and you get it refunded if you don't use it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an unbelievable program, probably one of the best.
As long as you can hold the payment in year 3, which most clients, I mean, you have to qualify in order to be able to get there. So, I mean, you can't afford it.
Man, is it a bad plan not to go into a house not being able to afford it? You have to qualify at the end rate.
Yep.
So we're going to qualify you as well. But man, it's an opportunity right now as more people are sitting on the sidelines. You get involved. It's stepping up and going into the market, having some faith in that appreciation that's gone on for the last 5 years has been unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I mean, $400,000 house, it takes $10,000 negotiation from the seller credit standpoint, and that'll get you to a 4s.
Yeah,
for the first year.
That's the way to do it.
It's crazy.
And if you refinance out, there's no penalty on most loans.
Yeah.
And you can get that cash paid down on the principal.
Me personally, I mean, if I'm selling my house and it's been sitting there for 60 days, I'm getting a little worried. Would I give $10,000 to any buyer that comes in to be able to get their interest rate to a 4? I would.
Over a price reduction, I'd definitely
Absolutely.
start there. A lot of it comes back to the payment. So check it out. If you're not sure what the buy down is or want to get some more information on that, temporary buy down is what we're talking about. Summer series, we've had a lot of good coverage on that first segment. But I want to make sure you know about Mortgage Planner University. I'm telling you, MPU is on fire. We got people signing up, getting great emails back. First, second, third episode. Haven't heard about the 4th or 5th yet, but it's been really cool. I appreciate everyone's feedback on that. We took a lot of time in preparing it and getting it to you free. 6 hours.
It has so much info on just real estate. Financing in general. I mean, I have some realtor partners that I work with, and they're starting out in the industry. I send that to them, and I've got some great feedback of, wow, like this has really made me a better agent.
It's not a 101. We're not talking about, we did that last show. Remember some of the Google questions?
Yeah.
We went over and talked about what's a down payment? Man, that's what you're putting down on what you're buying.
I call it a 201.
A 201.
I think it's a little higher level.
Oh, brother, I think we went 201, 301, 401, right? Oh, right,
yeah,
right?
That's true. We did go pretty deep on it.
Go to fortheplan.com, register for free. If you're worried about registering, we're not going to hawk you. We don't call you like, hey. We just want to make sure we got you taken care of on your next financing project. And when you think mortgage, you think the Mortgage Planner. 704-412-2727, direct dial, or go to fortheplan.com. Last show, we introduced a prepayment plan. I love this part. This isn't talked about enough.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, over the weekend, I actually got my email with my mortgage management. So I was looking at checking the value of my house.
Too. They all come out at the same time.
And you know what's great? I actually just got an appraisal on my house, and it came in right in line.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so definitely like estimated value, I would say it's very accurate.
We got a lot of AI in the scenes behind that program. So if you don't have your mortgage managed, I think this is a good time to, guess where I'm going to tell them to go?
Probably fortheplan.com.
Probably, yeah. Go to fortheplan.com, check that out, because that's where you can also sign up free mortgage management.
Yep.
That just means you get our software we pay for. You don't. We pay for it. We pay for a few things for our clients that are extra that most don't.
Yeah.
I want you to be smart with your money on the house.
Yeah, and come back to us next time you need a mortgage, and hopefully we can save you money. Referral
business, buddy. Yep. That's the way we built it, and continue to tell your friends, family about the Mortgage Planner. We're here for you. Lake Norman, we talked about a lot of good stuff going on, man. But run your numbers. That prepayment deal, I'm telling you, adding the $20. Remember how we said Wendy's, buy a burger, round it up? Come on, round up for yourself here.
Yeah, exactly.
We got you teed up. It's going to save you thousands. See what $20 does. See what $50 does. See what the number does.
I was playing with, like, as I was saying, I was looking at that over the weekend, and I was playing with the sliding scale on there. You can go $20 anywhere from about, I think it went up to $900 a month. Well, I won't be prepaying $900 a month on my mortgage, but I mean, it's crazy to see what the impact does on that.
You know, you look, so many people will say, you know, $20, $30, and it's not a ton to prepay on the loan. But when you stay there for an extended period of time and you see the numbers show up that it's not $20 a month, it's $67,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
the end
whoa,
of the term. Yeah,
hello,
exactly.
hey. So prepayment, man, we're pushing it because we want you to have a good plan for your family, your finances, and the mortgage plays a huge part on it. That's where we come from on our advising as well. So you've got this property. We got to talk about this hot property.
Yeah, it's a beautiful property, 452 Dawn Circle.
We've got it featured on the site.
Yeah, and it's just outside UNCC. It's a duplex, and it's 2-bed,
UNCC,
2.5
the college. You think that's a big deal on this house?
Oh, yeah. It's 10 minutes from UNCC, 3 miles. I actually just mapped it before we got on the show here.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So, like, anybody commuting from this property here to UNCC, it's a quick drive. Light rails right across the street, actually. I went and checked it out.
Close.
Yeah, like it's really close. So you can take a drive.
Is it absurd looking when you say across the street? Like you've seen the property.
Oh, they got crosswalks and things like that. Yeah,
I mean, it's not like your bed's gonna rattle.
Oh,
when the train goes across.
No,
right?
across. I guess 2 streets over it would be.
Okay, so you got a little. You're making it sound like I walk outside, man. I'm gonna see the train chewing by. It's not like that.
Not in your front yard. So I guess it'd be you got neighbors in front across the street, and then I guess it would be behind their house across one more street. So
new construction, brand new 2-unit.
New build. And honestly, that area is growing so fast. I mean, we're talking 7 minutes from that Topgolf IKEA area. That's another one.
IKEA, huh?
That's another one that I mapped.
Was that a highlight for you, IKEA was? I know the golf is, but IKEA?
IKEA's got some good food there. Okay. I think it's really underrated, I gotta say.
Did you say food, and you meant to say furniture?
No, I said, food. No, food.
At IKEA?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They have great food there.
Really?
Yeah, it's surprising. I didn't believe it either. My buddy, like
You're being serious.
Yeah.
Like you eat at IKEA?
Yeah, like it's like a full restaurant. I mean, some people like, you know how people like go crazy over the Costco. It's IKEA. It's the same thing.
I got to check this out.
They got like 50-cent ice cream cones. It's cheap food and it's really good.
I heard
surprising enough.
one of the wholesalers didn't increase. They upped their membership. You know, like the Sam's, BJ clubs, and all of the clubs you can join.
Oh yeah.
They upped their membership fee, but they left that hot dog at $1.50 or something. It hasn't changed for like 30 years.
People will be mad at it. I heard that they were moving it to $2, and there was an uproar about it, and they can't make it happen.
Back to the house. We're way off. Back to the house. Tell me a little more about this.
2% lender credit for any buyer. So any investor, I mean,
that's $14,000.
That's $14,000. It is. So I mean, any offer that you have going in, I mean, rent estimates right now, $1,800 per side, $1,800 to $1,900. I personally would feel comfortable as investing myself.
You've
at
ran some
$1,800.
numbers. There's websites you can run rentals for. This also has an appraisal on it for $700,000.
Yeah,
done in the last 30, 60 days.
Yep, and it's a good looking appraisal. Beautiful property. Nice backyard. It's even got a pond in the back. Great property. I mean, this is a great investment.
Now, I think the key that you need to know is this has been on the market while they've been building it.
Yep.
And then a buyer came through and their financing fell through. Not from us. We didn't blow that deal. Whatever happened, the approval came in. They ended up getting the property.
Yeah.
And it put them behind schedule. So we've got some added discounts that you can get on this property. We're talking over $30,000 more by putting an offer in.
Yeah.
Above and beyond what we just talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing at the numbers, right? What I'm telling you is we've got a motivated seller for 30 to 50. You can come in and make an offer on the property. We think you're going to see some advantages to negotiate on this deal. It's prime. It's ready to sell. They have it priced at $699 with $14,000 in credits.
Yep.
Unreal.
And coming in with an offer, if you have an offer coming in, I think that the seller is motivated. They have another property, same duplex, actually going up next door. I mean, it'll have a different look to it, obviously, but another new construction going on right next door.
They thought they had it sold. They thought they had it sold.
Did. Yeah. And they were supposed to close. So the days on market that you see, I mean, I think it was 60 days that they were working on financing. They had extended 3 times. And that it went under contract in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So for it to be back on the market, I think is
don't shy
lucky.
away of it because of that, right? But I do think take it as an opportunity to make an offer and see where you land. You're going to get a good deal on this property.
Yeah, absolutely. And
he's ready to go. He's got more going. It's a great property. It's just next project. This one, the guy didn't buy it. He was supposed to. Cost some time. It's time to move.
And then there's single families, all brand new construction. I mean, not even grassing yet, across the street and down the road. So it's
this is the same neighborhood you were telling me that they're not taking in a lot of other like the sellers, other homeowners put in the market or on their house neighborhood. Hey, don't ask us. We're not selling.
Yeah, they have signs in the yard that say don't ask.
Yeah, so this is a hot property that you can get your hands on. We have an exclusive offer for you today. You need to put an offer in, and I'm telling you, you're going to be blown away by the deal that you can get on this property and have a duplex, whether you're an investor, whether you're going to buy and move into that other side. Go to fortheplan.com. We've got a full website that you can click on. We have the incentives. Get a hold of us, get pre-approved, and ask us, what more can we do on that deal for you to be cash flow or a great owner-occupied purchase? One of our partners, proud partner, the Mortgage Planner, 704-412-2727. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Plan. This is Brad Roach, the Mortgage Planner, 704-412-2727 or 855-4THE-PLAN, or go to fortheplan.com. Check it out. Man, we got a lot of tools on the page. Click around. Have a good time. Maximum clicks per person. We're going to limit you to 7. Have some fun, though. We're kidding. Go to fortheplan.com, number 4theplan.com. 452 Dawn Circle. We left the last segment talking about rent cash flow, $1,800 to $1,900 per side. Put you just under $4,000. We're going to get a rate almost about 6.5 as an investment property, qualifying property. This is a good deal.
It is.
It just got better.
It's a great deal. And I as I was saying, it's 10 minutes away from UNCC. So I don't think it'll have a problem renting out.
I don't either.
Like, I think it'll be quick.
Especially with the neighbors putting signs in their yard.
And school starting, next month? August, right?
Time to go.
Yeah.
Time to get this property. Call us at fortheplan.com. You can't call that, can you? Can't call our website.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Call us at fortheplan.com right now. No, you can click on it if you're on your phone. It'll call right through to our office line. We'd be happy to give you more information on this property, as well as another one we have on our site that are hot deals for the month of August right now that I would lock in on. If you are interested in buying an owner-occupied or an investment property, these two have some gold on them that are good incentives for you to purchase now.
I think that we even need to mention that on this property, we can do a 2-1 buy down. The builder's offering 2%, or he is offering a 2-1 buy down. I had discussed with him. So interest rate, if we're at 6.99 today, let's say your first year interest rate's 4.99.
That's crazy.
It is.
We've got you covered. We've got samples of the price already ran. We have a website already up for you to take out the pictures and all the amenities around it. It does have, on the website, it gives you a map of how close, besides your UNCC and Top Golf, and IKEA, it has other ones that are near you as well that you can check out.
Yeah. So that, and you'll see, I mean, there's so much around it. You're shot over from NODA, which is an up and coming spot too. And I only think that it's going to keep moving out further and closer to UNCC area.
I wish we had this the other night at the investment networking, this deal.
We
had the deal, but not this good.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we had it running on our slideshow up, but I think that the deal only got sweeter over the weekend.
Yeah, it did. So 704-412-2727. Make sure you log on, check us out, and get a hold of us. We can help you with that property. Now, I want to talk the big picture. We're going to go into some headlines here. Some of the home prices grew 93% of markets in the first quarter. It's huge.
Yeah.
Home prices are still moving. Mortgage rates have remained in the low to mid 7s. Range and purchase mortgage applications have remained below spring of last year. Most of the figures are showing. So we're a little slower than last year. I think we're actually doing busier than we were last year.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Our year to date is more further along than at this point last year. But I think that statistic right there, 93% of the markets in the first quarter grew. So there's about 7% of the total U.S. market didn't grow. Now, I think there's a few areas, Florida, that aren't appreciating as well as other areas. But Charlotte area, I mean, we're only seeing appreciation in the area, really.
It's doing fantastic. And you can lock in a property now, grab a hold of some of the appreciation that goes and not pay. I hated reading that because it's 7%. Man, we just talked about putting it at 4.99. If you act now, act now. No, I'm kidding. We have the program. We can send you some samples. We're not pressure. We're a plan. We want to make sure the plan fits. We're going to take the time to go over it with you. That's what changes the difference from you calling one consultant versus us. We want to make sure we fit. We're going to ask you, do you work with a financial planner? Do you work with a CPA? Do you have a side hustle going? We want to know about the money surrounding your mortgage, your deal, and see what advice we might be able to give you. You'd be surprised.
Well, we also asking what's the biggest concern about this transaction going into the mortgage? I mean, people think my monthly mortgage payment, is it down payment? Is it the total cash to close or fees that you're paying? We want to go in depth with you and meet your goals as close as we can. And
that's what we're all about. So check us out. If you're shopping for a mortgage, you're going to want to make sure we're one of the shops you stop at. 704-412-2727. Go to fortheplan.com. The big picture, mortgage rates are always going to bounce around. That's just normal. That's what they do. So when you shouldn't focus too much on the small day-to-day changes, instead really understand the overall trend. Zoom out, in other words. Get out of the main focus of, rate today, tomorrow. They do go up and down. Yes. But you capture, I have a couple, they were kind of crappy about the rate they were getting. They purchased a house, the market moved. They did change day to day during their construction time. So they didn't lock in long because rates were supposed to go down. Then the Fed kicked the can down, so they floated, and then rates didn't go down. So they're stuck with a little higher rate than they wanted. But I can tell you, after them being in this house now 7 months, they've gotten their mortgage report, our free report where we manage your mortgage. Their value has already increased. They've already made up the interest that they let's say they would have got that sweet rate of 6 instead of 7.5, 7.25, right? That interest total that they've been paying extra, about $2,500 for the short period of 7 months they've been there, they've weighed out that appreciation is way surpassed that.
I was going to say, I'm sure they captured some appreciation to outweigh any of the
3-4 times,
yeah,
3 or 4
awesome.
times, and they got new construction going up around them, so 3-4 times. So if you're interested in new construction, we help with that, whether it's building on your own land or looking to build in a subdivision that allows that, or if it's what we would call a tract builder and they're offering discounts, we're happy to do a free consultation, free review of that quote, put them apple to apple, make sure you're getting a good deal. Some we compete with, some we don't, but we want to make sure that your plan is in place, especially when you're looking at the big picture. I like that title for the show, The Big Picture. Here's why. Because when you're looking at the day-to-day or the incentives on cost or that one quote, and you're not looking at the overall, where am I going to be in the next 3 to 4 years on this investment? This is a big house. This isn't when you buy a car, you want to look at it like that, but you want to look at that like a house. Now, look at it, the big picture. That simply is just saying that, hey, in 3 years, I don't turn the car back in or I can sell the car. What are you going to do? Are we selling? Are you planning any upgrades to it? Like in the home improvement series we have for summer series. There's things that play into this. Are we prepaying it? Are we going to sell it later? I want to look at maybe in 3 years, the market's at 5.5.
Yeah.
Did you plan for that? Oh, no, I'm just going to pay $4,000 in closing costs. We offer a 5-year rate protection plan. That's one big reason I would say, hey, stop, wait a minute, and let's look at the options that you might have on your financing.
Yeah, absolutely. Appraisal reimbursed, no lender fees. Really all you're paying for is the attorney. So while rates are high and we know it, I think even going back to the 2-1 buy down, when you come back to, or any the buy downs in general, the 1-0, 2-0, the 3-2-1, it gets refunded onto the principal. So I think that's a great option to be able to capture some of those savings now in this market.
We had a lady call us on that investment. You remember the one lady I was talking to, she was referred to us. She had called us on the investment property, and she was going to go with a DSCR loan, which is just qualifying based on the rental income, right? Well, she was shopping. She was shopping around, which I love to have you shop. We have a lot of lenders we can price this with, shop for you. But she decided, hey, the builder said, try this place. She checked them out. The lady offered her a ridiculously low rate. And when I got on the phone, I said, man, that seems a little low. And it was 6 something, not a lot, but I looked at her closing cost. Come to find out, I asked her, I said, well, what's the prepayment penalty on it? Because all of these usually have one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's
we do.
Yeah.
She said, oh, she didn't say nothing about that. What do you mean she didn't say nothing about that?
That's the only time you can actually have a prepayment penalty is on a DSCR.
Yeah,
so
right.
That should be known.
Well, she asked, and she said, "Yeah, she had one. She forgot to mention that." What do you mean you forgot to mention that? That's part of the 4 or 5 year plan.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going into it, and I think that is why they actually took away the prepayment penalty for any traditional loan.
See, I think you have to ask more. I hate that you have to ask more questions to get the real deal on the loan, because what is she scared of losing the loan? You're not going to get the deal because you're quoting it sweet. That's not what I want to do to someone when they get a mortgage from us. I want to give them a clear path of how they're going to get there. And in 3 to 5 years, this is what that looks like. Especially, let me throw a sidebar into this. A lot of people call and say, "Oh, I'm going to put $100,000 down on a $500,000 house, or 30% or 35 or 40% down." Listen, is anyone showing you what that money would do elsewhere besides on the mortgage that you have to qualify to get back and pay closing costs if you want it back? That's a big deal. I think you can put that in other investments. At least look at your options. That's what we do at the plan. We let the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let us get a mortgage comparison. We'll show you 25 versus 30%, 30 versus 25.
And putting the money away, whether it's let's use a 6% return. Let's use a CD. Let's just put it in at 5%. You can get a CD at 5. We have people who are sitting on CDs at 2%. Pay attention to your money. That's what we want to help you do at the plan. So go to fortheplan.com, get the big picture, start prepaying on your mortgage, get some fun emails, register for your gift card to Lowe's and get you a Blackstone. Boy, we are covering a lot today. Fortheplan.com. That's got all your information on it. 704-412-2727 is our direct dial. Go to find us. You can Google it too. For the Plan. We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
Welcome back to The Plan. This is Jacob Roche with Brad Roche in the studio. Fortheplan.com, 704-412-2727 is our direct dial. Bringing it back, we were just talking in the last segment, the bigger picture. And I think that a lot of people get hung up on monthly payment or maybe the price. And, I had a client call me the other day, and she said, "I want to look around $300,000. And her realtor showed her a house for $350,000. And she said, "There's no way I want to afford that. I probably don't want the payment on it." So I said, "Well, what if I could get your interest rate to a 4 the first year?" And she'll be putting 20% down. So I had ran the numbers on that property. And if she was to get $14,500 from the seller, we would have her interest rate 3% lower for the first year.
Wow.
So in that case.
She liked that, didn't she?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Now, at that point, she was increased her price range to now 356. And
buying power, yeah.
Exactly. So she was well qualified, but now we have her at lower interest rate and she's comfortable with the payment. So now it makes the whole deal work. So while people think that, "Oh, I want to be at this specific price range," or if you do want to be at a specific payment, we can get you there. It's just how it may take some negotiating. Now the property was sitting on the market for 60 days. There's definitely negotiation that can happen and take place there to be able to get your interest rate down. So I know we talk a lot about where buy downs right now, 3-2-1, 2-1, 1-0. And honestly, it's how you get a deal in this market today.
Well, you're using it in a different way we haven't really talked about in buying power.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. I think you can get she just bought 50. You know what kind of house you get for $50,000 more? You go from 300,000 to 350. That changes things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly. So she was like, I really like this house. So we just looked at it.
I bet you do. It's $50,000 more.
Yeah, right. She said it's 350,000, but I don't want that kind of payment.
Well, I want $1 million house. I don't want that kind of payment. There's going to be a lot of people that say that, right?
Yep, exactly.
Over whatever. I want a $2 million house. I don't want that payment. I want a $3 million. Go on.
I said, if we can get you down to that 1,800 that you're looking for, would you do it at that point without putting down 25, 30%? She's still at the 20%. Now it just takes some negotiating. So really what we're doing is financing some of the payment into the cost, if that makes sense.
I think it's a great plan. And as long as she understands it and knows how we got there, I think it's perfect. And that's where you can customize some of the differences. Now, you got a funny chart that I had done for you. You're like, what is this, man? And if you look at this, isn't that kind of interesting how much focus, I almost want to think it's like having a pimple on your face and you're like, oh, it's huge. And no one notices. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what this chart kind of shows to me. Some of it does go a little buck wild, but go ahead and explain the first one.
I think it's focusing on the big picture. I mean, so like we were saying, the big picture, monthly payment. That's really where people are stuck at. So like, I don't want a high monthly payment. Well, rates went from 7 to 6.5. That's $189 difference in payment on a $600,000 purchase price.
Yeah.
Not even $200. So I like
you saying that like it's nothing. I was going to go for the first line first. Look at this, like
Okay.
that, you went all big right away. Look at the next line here though. We should put this on the site. I don't think it's on there, but there's a chart here. It says $200,000 sale price, $10,000 down. If you were at 7%, which we're saying today, but there's lots of buy downs. We've given you tons of different programs around ways to work the money in payment. But let's just take, I would do this. If rates weren't at 7, I would do this if they were at 6.5.
Yeah.
6. Do you know that's only a half a point is $33
Yeah, I know.
a month? That's just not.
It's crazy.
DoorDash fees are that.
Gym membership. I could go on Hulu, ESPN Plus.
And
There's
you're getting into the house now and capturing that property's equity. So now you jumped up. Where'd you go? 500,000?
I went to the $600,000 purchase price.
So 600,000. This is all showing 5% down. So 30 grand down on 600,000 gives you a $570,000 loan. If you were going to buy at 7 and you said I'm going to wait until they get to at least 6.5, that would save you $189 per month or about $2,400 a year.
Yeah.
On a property for $600,000. Anyone listening, $600,000 house, do you think it will appreciate in a year more than about $2,500?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I do too.
And me and you had
That's not even 1%.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even 1%. We're not even talking about 0.5%. Now, if you have to ride this rate, right, for 2 years, well, it's $5,000.
Yeah.
Well, the house, what do you think the house is worth in 2 years? And 600,000. We're not talking, that's what I want you to get is 600,000 is invested at what, 2 to 6 to 7% per year. And we're talking about, wow, if it only went down, I'd say about $2,400 a year. What's the gain, man?
Yeah.
You got to look at the gain when you look at the loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the whole Michael Jordan the poster board thing that says I've missed. You know, it says I've missed X amount of shots. Don't look at counting the misses here.
Miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Yeah, that's another better one. But you see what I'm saying is don't focus on all the negative. Where's the positive on some of this stuff? The appreciation you cannot discount when you take rates are high. So is appreciation.
Yeah.
Rates stink. That doesn't really work. I was going to say appreciation doesn't stink. It doesn't work. You get my point.
Well, you had asked me, you said I found a house in what, 2 weeks? My best friend found a house in I think under a week.
Yeah.
He found it same day, really. And then
you guys will buy anything.
And then my brother also. Yeah,
you guys will buy anything,
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I think
I'm kidding.
The point being is that like me, my brother, my best friend, we all found a property within the first week, 2 looking, right? Why did we find it so quick? And I think it's because we found the benefit of purchasing. So while I say on the $600,000 house, would I move for $200? Yes, because my house has appreciated $24,000 over the past 12 months.
Not a guess, not a AI stuff, proven. Somebody walked through the house, gave you a value.
Yep, I just got an appraisal on it. So my point being, if divide that by 12, that's $2,000 per month. Now, if I was
we're crying about, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm talking $2,400 a year. So you laughed
on
when I said
$600,000.
You laughed when I said 186 per month. I wouldn't care about that because I have seen the appreciation. I've seen what it's done. So if I was to sell, then absolutely.
The only reason you shouldn't care about it is if you can't afford it.
Yeah, completely.
Or care about it. Like, I'm not saying, hey, don't, this stinks and not go with it. I'm not saying that it isn't a higher rate. I'm saying, are you winning on the other side and can you float it until it's fixed around? That's all we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you're going to be in that. I hate the cliches that are out there, like marry the house, date the rate, but that's what we're talking about.
Well, it's like rates are at around 6.5 right now. And we're talking from 7 to 6.5 difference. It's $189 per month. Well, hopefully it drops another %, right? Hopefully we get down to the 6s and then we refinance, double that at that point.
Let's run this. Let's do this in our head a little bit. We have a $300,000 purchase price, right? 5% down is $15,000, gives you a $285,000 loan, saves you, I'm going to round this off, it's $94 a month from 7 to 6.5. That's about $100.
Yep.
So on $300,000, it's about $100 to drop a half a point. If we went from 7 to 6, it's going to be $200.
Yeah.
5.5, $300.
Yep.
With me?
Yep.
Okay, so 300 times 12, $3,600 $100 right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're still the appreciation is still way outweighing no matter how much math we run on this.
That's what I'm saying. And going back to our bigger picture in last segment, appreciation is happening in the Charlotte area. Not only the Charlotte area, but 93% of America right now. So do your research before, but I mean, Charlotte area is not slowing down, in my opinion.
I think it's a good opportunity to buy. I think it's a good opportunity to negotiate some prices. I do think it matters what lender and real estate agent you work with to be successful in a purchase now. When properties are going up, skyrocketing, multiple offers coming in, and rates are at 3, you don't need much consultation.
Yeah.
You with me?
Agreed.
Like, hey, the rate's at 3, Bob, you don't need much. When it's coming to a market that has a little complexity to it to get a better deal for you that could save you not only hundreds today, but thousands over the time you own it, man, these are good moves, including the 5-year rate protection plan.
I love when clients come in with a plan, and I completely agree. During COVID, you didn't really need a plan. There was no time for a plan. You had we saw
That's fair.
$50,000 due diligence periods. There was no time for a plan. So when clients come in nowadays, I like to be able to have some sense in it, meaning we plan with them a little bit further. I don't think that we had mentioned it on the last show, but we had one go under contract last week. She came in and she said, I'm going to offer a lower purchase price. It was $225 was the house, and she said, I'm going to offer $215. I said, well, why not do $225 and get $10,000 in seller concessions? We bought her interest rate down. Now we're in the 5s. She only brings in her 3.5% down for FHA. And well, I mean, you were on the call with me, with her as well. And I hadn't seen a client. I mean, when they come in like that
excited
with a plan, that's really where they get their savings.
Now, someone listening might say, well, that's a waste. You just paid 10 grand more for the house. No, you missed it. You missed it. That buy down is refundable. They give it back to you if you refinance out of it. So all she's doing is taking a snip every month, what she negotiated. It's a great deal.
So that would be, okay. No, never mind. I was going to say a point on that, but never mind. But yeah, no, her only down payment or her only money is going towards the down payment there.
Yeah. So all equity.
Yep.
And her return for living there will be all appreciation.
Yeah.
And then she'll be able to change the rate on her 5-year deal.
First time home buyer, I wanted her to just come in with her down payment. So the equities, or it's going straight towards equity and it's not going towards nothing, meaning closing costs. Because chances are we have a 5-year rate drop pledge and we'll refi for essentially free. All you pay for is the attorneys. I probably can't say that. Appraisals reimbursed, no lender fees, but come back to us and
disclaimer.
Yeah,
disclaimer.
exactly.
It is a good loan. You get a certificate at closing. We'll cover you. 704-412-2727 is our direct dial. We have covered a lot on today's show. If you want more information, log on. Tell you where to go again, in case you missed it.
fortheplan.com.
The number fortheplan.com, or call us 704-412-2727 is our direct dial. We've got property features, we've got summer series, we've got Mortgage Planner University. We have a lot going on. We'd love to have you plugged in. To attend our next networking event. If you're looking to get a little bit more education on investment properties in general, we have a 1-hour course you can get on our site as well. It's cost-free. Everything's free.
Yeah, a lot of good info on.
But we want your mortgage. We want to do your mortgage. We'd love to help you out. We'd love to put a perfect plan together for you. 704-412-2727. Let us ask you a few extra questions. Some of the other lenders might not have the, scared to ask. Don't go a little deeper, making sure that you get the right plan and what you're looking for. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week. Great show with you, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks for having me.